Oh my god, let it end, so many books. Hey booktube, my name is the Book Mage. Welcome back to my channel. It's finally time for me to do the thing that I've been dreading, which is to haul basically all of the books that I've acquired over lockdown that I really didn't want to haul in my last haul just because there's so many and I've forgotten everything that I bought and everything that was sent, and there's a lot. I'm gonna guess there's at least over 30 books here, but I'll put maybe a running total at the end of this video because it's a lot. So as per usual, everything here is pretty much going to be on the adult fantasy side, as you would expect from me. First and foremost, I'm going to get this one out of the way. I'm going to show you all of the copies that I have hauled of Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff. We all knew this day was coming. If you've been on my channel at all in the past 2 years, you know I've been waiting for this book a long time. And I finally have it. I have it so much that I have it 5 times. So obviously this is just the standard UK hardback edition. I kind of wanted to ensure that something would get to me as soon as possible. So this is my reading copy, and I'm about this far through actually. So that's not very far through. Beautiful book though. It's just the interior of the book is also gorgeous. So ultimately a beautiful book. So this is J. Kristoff's latest adult fantasy novel. It's very gothic, very adult, and the plot is basically that it is sort of forever nighttime. The sun has essentially been blotted out of the sky, and the land is ruled by clans of vampires. And the main character is within the last bastion of vampire hunters. So if that sounds interesting to you, because oh my god, it's so interesting to me, then potentially probably one to pick up. But yes, I liked this so much. In fact, there are multiple copies. Let's get on with those now. This shelf is just going to be Empire shelf for now. So that's the standard UK hardback. This is the standard American hardback, which if you pre-ordered it, they all come signed. This one it's got different, the pages are so much thinner. Yeah, the designs throughout this book are very different. It doesn't have the same chapter header things, but all the illustrations are the same. Is there anything under the dust jacket on these? No, these are just plain. Sorry, America. Okay, next is the Waterstone Special Edition. This one, I'm pretty sure this one is signed. This is the copy that, oh my god, yes. This is the copy that I wanted the most, just because it has these beautiful black sprayed edges. It's going to match all my other J. Kristoff shelf. My Nevernight shelf is all black sprayed edges and signed. So I needed this to match, which is why this is if I could only keep one copy, it would be this copy. However, I have another very special copy. Oh, I should have mentioned, so many of these books are still in boxes because I could not bear to unpack them. This is also the first time I've seen this in person. This is, colour scheme wise, I'm just a little bit obsessed with this. This is the Forbidden Planet Special Edition. Guys, it's blue. Oh my god, it's blue. And this also comes with a cool little piece of heraldry for the main character. Basically the main difference is just that this book is blue instead of red. Honestly, if I put these up together, they're both stunning. I really can't choose which one I like best. I feel yeah, the red is the better colour scheme, but blue is my favourite colour. And this blue is really close to my favourite blue, so I feel like it was made for me. And there's a bit of a funny story about the last one. I didn't order the Goldsboro Special Edition, and I can't really remember why. And then I saw a load on eBay, I saw people taking pictures, and so I thought, oh, I'll just see what they look like, and the best place was to look at the eBay seller images to see what the actual book looked like. And all the books were going for £400 on eBay, and in my head I'm I almost kind of regret not getting it just for the collection. But then a package turned up on my door and I forgot I did order it. I did get this from Goldsboro. I'm just real dumb and I forgot how many copies I ordered. So this is the Goldsboro Special Edition. Yeah, I love the cover of this. It's all in black and silver, and I think that looks so good. Oh god, can you actually see it with the shine? Oh yeah, it's got a unique interior. It's silver and purple and has all this shit on it. It's so good. And it also has purple sprayed edges. I'll be honest, The purple sprayed edges are what put me off about this. And if I'm not reselling this, I honestly might just spray these in black. I'm pretty sure I want to keep this because I love this cover. It's so gorgeous. I feel like a blood red or a black would work so much better. Just something about this specific shade of purple is very Halloween to me. It's also very Cadbury's to me as a Brit. So I'm just not a huge fan of this particular shade of purple, is all I'm saying. But the cover is to die for. Can you imagine if this was just it? If this was just my haul? So yeah, I have altogether too many copies of this book, but we all knew that would happen. I just need every copy in existence, and I'll probably end up getting rid of some over time. Like this, like the standard hardback, I might just turn into like my lending out copy that people could potentially borrow if they still treat it very nicely. I think the only other one that I would have liked, I think it was the Illumicrate edition, which was like white and gold, but that had sold out way before like I even knew about it, so I don't have that, but I think I can live with it. Oh my god, okay, is it time to— I've been filming for 20 minutes, is it time to move on to a second book? I don't know what's in here, but it feels like a book, so— okay, this is the first of one of many packages I have from the Broken Binding. Also, look at the packaging. This is so cute. I love this. Free bookmark. And it's been so long. I don't remember what's in these. Literally, I think I've had these for like 4, 5, maybe 6 months. I don't know. So I'm gonna snip my way in and see what it was that I bought. This feels a bit like Christmas. Maybe I should do a book haul from them and open it at Christmas time. At the rate I put videos out, it'll be next Christmas. So, oh my god, let's see. What did I buy? Ooh, okay. Apparently I bought a copy of The Pariah by Anthony Ryan. This is very buttery smooth. You can tell why I bought it. It was the cover. What does this say on the back? When the task is a killing, be quick and make sure of it. Torment is an indulgence. Save it only for the most deserving. I like that. What was this about? So this is about an outlaw and his band of thieves, but he ends up fighting in the king's army after a betrayal. And something about dark forces, human and arcane. Give me betrayal, give me rogues and thieves, give me magic, potentially. I can see why I picked this up. Again, you know me, anything to do with like gritty murders, betrayals, vengeance, please let there be vengeance. I have even more from the Broken Binding, so let's see what else I got. If I remember correctly, it was a pretty big haul at the time. Oh my god, look how cute these look. This is so fun. Okay, this is definitely a paperback. What did I get? Oh, I remember what I bought. It is The Broken God by Gareth Hanrahan. Book 3 in the Black Iron Gods Legacy? I always forget that title. This is the 3rd installment in one of my favourite fantasy series like ever. It starts with the Gutter Prayer, which was so far from where we started. Oh my god. That book starts out, there's like this tiny little band of like 3 thieves. They're in the middle of like, kind of like a heist, and it goes horrendously wrong. The implications of shit going so wrong just spirals out of control. And this is book 3. I have no idea where we're going. I'm really sad because I have the hardback special editions of the other 2 copies, also from Goldsboro, and they're just not releasing any more in this series in hardback. So they will never match. I have books 1 and 2 in hard copy and everything else is just in paperback. So kind of a little bit gutted about that. The reason I got this copy from the Broken Binding, because I have another copy, is because this one has a signed bookplate in it, and that's the closest I'll get to keeping my like collector's editions. Okay, oh, this is definitely hardcover. What is in this? Oh my god, just look at where I am right now. Experience this with me. I just tore this off and there's a freaking dragon on the page. I'm so happy. Thank you, past me. You're really looking out for me. Oh my god, this book is gorgeous. Ah! Right, okay. I don't know why, it's very square. Something about that. It has this beautiful like all over print cover. Please, oh my god, please admire this dragon with me. Am I a little bit hyper about this? Yes. Oh my god, I don't remember how to behave. Ooh, little bookmark. And also, ooh, it has a little poster. I was literally just thinking how nice this would be as like a little poster. Oh, thank you. I'm just so happy. And yes, this one is also signed with a book plate. Is there anything under the dust jacket? Ah! I'm so sorry, I'm so hyper, but like this book is giving me so much joy. Okay, again, experience this with me. I was thinking, it's probably just plain. Guess again, bitch. It's the... It has like a wraparound cover. Oh my god. Sir or madam, you went absolutely off on this book cover. I feel like this is maybe an indie title just because of the feel of it. It physically feels like maybe it's an indie title. Yeah, mlspencerfiction.com. Cover illustration by Suthiwat Dekampu. I hope I'm saying that right, but like, if I had the kind of shelves where I had space for books to face outwards, this is a face out kind of book. I feel like this is like a very classic Chosen One sort of setup. There's a young fishing boy called Aram who's just grown up in like middle of nowhere village, but he has like a really rare gift that many people would kill for. It says he earns a place at an academy for warrior mages who are training to be dragon riders. That's why I bought this. Number 1, magical school. Number 2, warrior mages. Mages are like my 3 favourite things in literature: vampires, dragons, mages. In no specific order, it depends how I'm feeling, but usually mages tend to be at the top. Mages and dragons. Dragon rider, Oh, and it also mentions a dark god rising out of ancient myth. Yes, we all know I love a bit of like old god theology in my fiction. Yes, oh please, this book was made for me. I can't believe I got so much joy out of one unboxing. I really feel like I need to do this again for Christmas because that was so much fun. Okay, ooh, have I hauled this already? I also have The Girl and the Mountain by Mark Lawrence. This is the second in the first one was like The Girl and the Stars, I think it was. And it kind of follows after the, or maybe before, but I think it's a sequel to the Ancestor trilogy, which I really, really loved. I honestly have no idea what these books are about, other than it's set kind of in the same world. But it also comes with like this, you can't even see it, but it's a signed print of the front cover. Small interlude there, but I have another package from the Broken Binding. Although, while I open this, I will say, there is another package that I meant to have from them, which I ordered like a month ago, and it's still not here. And I'm very sad because it had all the books in it that I wanted to read in October for Halloween. We're now in October, and it hasn't even been dispatched yet, and I just feel like I'm never gonna get these books. This is weird. So this is like package, but with additional package. Okay, first is this tiny book. I think I know what this is. So I've already hauled this one once, but I will show it again. This is Breach of Peace. This is Daniel Green's debut novella. Daniel Green is like a very specifically kind of like sci-fi fantasy booktuber, and this copy is signed again on like a little book plate. This might be like a fun, nice thing to have as like a collection piece. So I'm pretty sure Daniel intends to publish more books, and I would also like to get those books. So this is like the start of like a nice collection. Oh, this is so cute. This has like a little letter on it with a little wax seal. Please, you are letting me live out like the fantasy librarian of my dreams. Oh, I have a handwritten note from the author of one of these books. And I think I know which book it is, but I'm pretty sure it's the second one, so let's open this. So this is a copy of Master Artificer, or Artificer, by Justin Cool. Ah, beautiful. This is the sequel to Master of Sorrows, that was it. A book which, despite being really high on like my want to read sort of TBR, I still have not read yet, again because my brain, it does not cooperate. I can't really say what this might be about because I haven't read book 1, but I believe book 1 was something to do with like, I'm pretty sure there was some sort of like academy, but it may have been either for magic or for like anti-magic or magical objects. I am butchering this and I can't read the synopsis because it'll have spoilers for book 1. This copy is again like signed by the author. Honestly, most of my books nowadays come signed. This one I'm pretty sure has like invisible ink written inside with like secret messages and like secret markings. Kind of cool that it comes with like a little letter though. Okay, that was also fun. This has been such a fun book haul so far. I still have like fucking 30 books to go. Oh my god. Ooh, okay. I remember this one. So this is The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke. I'm pretty sure the main reason that I got this was because it's meant to have like this badass female fantasy protagonist, and like not in the cliche way, also I have heard. Yeah, it sounds like she was like a conscript, like stolen at birth and raised to fight in the army or something like that. Now she's being sent back to her homeland to stop a rebellion, which is, give me some complex character motivation, like just right at the start, thank you. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be like warfare, political. Oh shit, and this copy, also signed. See what I mean? Like, everything from the shop is signed. Okay, sneaky little exclusive. Oh, and also signed. Interesting, forgot about that. It is Any Way the Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell. And this, obviously, is the beautiful sprayed special signed edition from Waterstones. I always forget, these have like beautiful like artwork inside the cover without the dust jacket on. This is such a cute little like pink book. Look at this, look how sweet. Is there one in the back as well? Ooh, yes there is. More character artwork in the back. So yeah, I believe this is the third and final book in the Simon Snow series. The setup is basically like magical school, chosen one, rivals, Dark Lord thing, kind of, sort of, ish. And then book 2 is like a cross America like road trip with vampires. One of these characters is a vampire. I didn't know if I mentioned that, which is great because I love vampires. So yeah, I really loved book 1. It was one of like the first books I read on BookTube and one of the first books that I specifically bought because of BookTube, and I'm glad that I did because I really liked book 1. Book 2 I thought was kind of really lackluster. It really had middle book syndrome. It ended so abruptly. There was a lot about it that I liked, but you know. So I'm hoping that book 3 will put it all back, and I'm just really excited. Like, they're going back to the magical school, I think, and see how it all ends. And of course, yeah, this is signed as well. I don't know if I need to mention that anymore because they're all bloody signed. Although I will say, I'm pretty sure I only have one copy of that book. But if the American cover is the same size, I'm real tempted to buy that and like wrap it around, just because the American cover is blue, which is just so much nicer. So, oh my god, have I hauled these before? I mean, I have technically. Yeah, there was like this beautiful discounted collection, and these are all like the original hardbacks, so they all come with like character artwork, and they have like a really nice under the dust jacket sort of design. So I do already have some copies of this, but I honestly, ooh, a map. I honestly really kind of like how these look on a shelf more, just because I like the font. I really specifically like this sort of like beigey colour. It reminds me of like newsprint. I don't know if this is spoilers because I have not read these books yet, but this comes with a map of various Londons, and also it has an alternative design on the back. More than that, I'm not really sure. I just know that this is like a really popular BookTube series, and it's one of those where I bought it, I'd kind of always wanted to read it, and sometimes I'll see nicer editions and I'll think, oh, I'll get those and then get rid of my old ones. So that's kind of what's happening here. Okay, the next book in my haul, I think this is also from the Broken Binding, because this too is signed, and this is The Coward by Stephen Arion? This says it's following a legendary celebrated hero, someone who's like known throughout the land for basically just like kind of like saving the world kind of deal, but he knows that the real story, that what people think happened, the legend, it's not true. He knows what happened, he feels like a fraud, and now there's like this new dark power stirring. He's not actually like a famous fabled chosen one, he just got lucky and happened to be like just the one that made it back. And the synopsis says that he's a coward with no intent of risking his life for anyone. I love kind of anti-heroes maybe, because he already says he's not going to be a hero. He doesn't really want to save anyone. He's just going to like think and fend for himself. Living a lie, it reminds me of like Kings of the Wild, but the exact opposite. I don't know, yeah, I feel like I'm going to be really interested by this. Oh, okay, next in my haul, another little special edition, one which is not signed that I'm mad about. But it is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Oh, I love this book so much, and this is like this beautiful special edition. Like, it's so pretty, it's so gorgeous. It looks silver on camera, but it's actually gold. It's like shiny gold. Yeah, this is, oh my god, this is a 10th anniversary special edition. So yeah, I loved this book. I gave it 5 stars, and so yeah, I wanted a hardcover. Fight me about it. Yeah, this follows the story of Achilles and Patroclus, and it's basically their stories and the lead up to the Trojan War and the events of the Trojan War. And if you've read, or honestly it's so famous, if you know anything about sort of like the Trojan War in Greek mythology, you will know how this ends. But just read it anyway, because it's so good. Yes, and it's from the perspective of if Patroclus and Achilles were specifically lovers rather than just friends. You totally can read the source material that way. It's not a stretch. Picked up myself like a little nice special edition hardcover, because that seems to be what I do. Oh, we've got to start double stacking again, so. Okay, next, I feel like maybe I've hauled this, but then I just can't remember the order of these books. So this is Fugitive Telemetry by Martha Wells. I'm pretty sure this is the newest novella in the Murderbot series. I'm assuming that's why it's not put away with all the others in the series that I own. So I'm assuming this was a new release. Yeah, so this, I think, is like, is this book like 5 or 6? Basically, all Murderbot wants to do is like watch cheesy telenovelas all day and ignore their duties, but they're actually meant to be protecting like this research team on this planet, just making sure like they don't like fall in a hole and die. And then shit hits the fan and Murderbot has to be like protecting these people and actually doing its job. Yeah, maybe Murderbot does have like some feelings, but also crippling social anxiety, which I feel so much because I too have crippling social anxiety. So yeah, it's like a fun, tongue-in-cheek kind of sci-fi, but like I really like it. I love Murderbot so much. So yeah. Okay, next I have the like limited hardcover edition of The Righteous by David Ragg, which has beautiful blue sprayed edges. This matches book 1, which I think is called The Black Hawks, if I'm remembering that correctly, which was all beautiful and red. So this is a continuation of that. I don't recall exactly, but it was kind of like, you know, like a ragtag band of like adventurers all like getting together. Again, while I've not read book 1, I wanted to get the matching like special hardcover edition. Pretty sure this is all signed because everything I buy nowadays is signed. I don't want to read the synopsis in case there are spoilers, so this is as much as you're going to get from me about this book. Oh, okay. This is a very special book, and I've had this sat on my shelf, I want to say for like 6 months at this point. If I show you this, can you guess what it is yet? I think this is potentially, I don't know if this is AR, I think this is like a slight alternate reality book, I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it's interactive, kind of, sort of, though. Honestly, I kind of just wanted this book for like the cover and the binding and the packaging and the experience of this book. Yeah, this is the Octonomy. It's actually beautiful. It's so gorgeous, and look at it! Oh my god! Every page of this is like, this has like a special design on it. It's so gorgeous. And it comes with like a bookmark and like this little, I can't even tell what that is. It's like a little scene but in gold. That's so cute. Oh, this bookmark is actually like a manual? Oh, it's a little dictionary. That's cute. So I don't know 100% about this book. I know that there's like a series of letters that you can buy to like go alongside this. This is like a case file study of this something. I think it's kind of meant to be as though you're reading through a series of files and letters and communications and things about something. It looks very fantastical. I'm assuming there's probably some sort of like, maybe like some sci-fi aspect in there as well. Not 100% sure, but like this book is so beautiful and it was so interesting to me. Yeah, it's called the Fusspit Files, and this is the prologue. I believe this is like all like self-published. You have to buy it just from their specific website, I believe. And it's just so gorgeous. Like whoever designed this as like an experience, and again I think it might be slightly like alternate reality, not 100% sure. They've just done such a good job. Like look how beautiful this is. It feels so like buttery smooth as well. I'm a little bit obsessed. Oh, this next one isn't going to help because this is a trilogy that I'm about to haul, so this will be fun. Okay, so I decided, on a whim I guess, to haul all 3 books of The Grimm Company by Luke Skull, and these are very heavy. So that's book 1, The Grimm Company, book 2, Sword of the North, and book 3, Dead Man's Steel. These are all signed. I'm assuming that's a real signature. Sometimes you see a signature and I'm like, is that real? But like, I'm gonna assume it's real. The author can contact me and tell me otherwise if that's not in fact their signature. So the synopsis tells me a little bit about a city that's surrounded by like thick defensive walls, like insanely, I'm thinking like Attack on Titan thick almost. Maybe not quite that big. It definitely gives me like Attack on Titan vibes though. There's something in here about like the wild magic of dead gods, mage lords, like the last bastion, the last spark of humanity, and I'm like, yes. I don't know. Again, I haven't read this, so like I don't know the exact plot, but these are all buzzwords that make me think, that sounds like maybe I would like to read this book. And again, with a name like The Grimm Company, I'm assuming it's going to be grim dark fantasy. It has grim in the title. So yes, I just kind of picked these up on a whim. They were very cheap, and they come as like a set. It's not technically a matching set because book 3 has kind of like a different design and book 1 also has a different design, so like they're as close as it gets. It kind of struck a chord and I got them. It's been so long since I bought these, so once again, I'm slightly fuzzy on the details, but I know that I definitely wanted them at the time, and I trust past me. Okay, next I have a package from Goldsboro Books. This I feel like might have 2 books inside of it, but if not, I know which one book is in here. I think it's going to be Joe Abercrombie. The one thing about Goldsboro is they put so much packaging. Oh my god, it's all that just for one book. It's too much. It's still going. It's still going. It's still going. It's still going. Oh my god, be gone. Jeez, okay, and with that, I have The Wisdom of Crowds by Joe Abercrombie. So this, I believe, is the 3rd and final book in the Age of Madness trilogy, which I believe is like a sequel to the First Law series. And I've only read book 1 of the First Law because I'm slow and have brain rot. But this, again, beautiful. Like, I love the colour of this. It does remind me of like a bit like a billiards table, maybe. But like, still, beautiful colours, like, matches the front. It's so shiny. The end papers on this are so nice. Someone has broken the spine of this book for me, but it's fine. And yeah, I can't say much because I haven't read... I have like 8 books to go, at least, before I get to this book. Maybe more. Who knows? Yeah, so this is so far into Joe Abercrombie's fiction that, like, I'm not even close to reading this. Yeah, so I just wanted to get, like, the signed special edition copy. Just nice and early. I think, like, nearly every single Joe Abercrombie book I have now is signed. Like, I've got to keep it up. Okay, 2 more books, and I feel like I'm just going to give them away because it's only books 2 and 3. So this is Days of Blood and Starlight and Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. These I pre-ordered. I have an unboxing of the first book and the book box because I'd never owned or read any of the Daughter of Smoke and Bone series and just kind of wanted to, and a friend of mine has read it and she really liked it, and so it was one of those where I was like, I just need to get around to it. But with that, you could also pre-order books 2 and 3, and I did. I loved the cover of book 1. It was blue and had some sort of like... It looked a bit like the fawn from Pan's Labyrinth. I have no idea what it was, but that's kind of the vibes it gave me. But books 2 and 3 have people's faces on, and don't get me wrong, the art is beautiful, and like I like the colours, but I have since picked up copies of like the standard hardbacks with like the original hardback covers, and I kind of prefer those. Although they do have like beautiful sprayed edges, you can kind of see the cover better now. And one thing I think they do have, they are signed, which is lovely. Honestly, maybe I'll just take like the dust jackets off because like look at this. They have like these beautiful quotes emblazoned on the front, and I love that they're all like this one like beautiful colour. Under the dust jacket there's also like extra additional artwork, and then this is book 3, all like this beautiful orange cover. Again, they're just so nice. So it is like a really nice edition. I just prefer the other covers, and what I might end up doing is taking these hardbacks and wrapping them in the dust jackets from the originals. I just want to mix and match, and they're mine, so I'm going to. Okay, next in my haul, this was a book where I tried so hard to pre-order the special edition, but I had so many issues with Goldsboro that like I literally could not pre-order the special edition, and it did not go well. So this is the standard edition, which I am going to spray the pages black because I'm bitter that I don't have a copy with beautiful black edges. So this is The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buehlman. Like, thief is in the title. I'm pretty sure it's more like a thief within like a guild of thieves rather than like a ragtag sort of rogue. I'm pretty sure there's like a thieves guild in this, and there's some sort of like a mark or a robbery gone wrong and getting like entangled in like this much bigger fate. It does remind me slightly a little bit of The Gutter Prayer, but the vibes are completely different. And it's very, very short as well. I'm assuming, I don't know whether this is like book 1 or whether this is just a small little standalone. Either way, quite nice. Yeah, it is one that I'm kind of looking forward to. I'm getting like, again, like sort of, I don't know, like the cover is really, really gorgeous. Does this have like anything under the dust jacket? No, it's a very standard book. I don't know, it kind of seems just like the kind of staple that I would pick up. Like if a book like this comes out, I'm probably going to pick it up. It's just in my nature as like a little book magpie to pick up books like this. So I have it. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, this next book. I've read this one already. I will have to do like a full wrap-up of this book because I had so many feelings about it. Either way, this is a beautiful edition, and I love the cover, like the physical book, so much. So this is Dreams of the Dying by Nicholas Lietzau. Again, I think I'm saying that right. This book has such a smell. I promise I won't just sit here sniffing it. First of all, please look at this artwork. I know it's kind of like zombies and dead and decaying and horrible blah blah blah, but this gave me, I saw this and I was struck with such vibes. This was 100% a cover buy. I knew just from looking at the cover that I wanted to read it. So it gives me, how do I explain these vibes? A little bit of like Morrowind kind of vibes just from like this and just the sort of, but not the landscape, more just like the bleakness of it. And also, here's something that I feel like fantasy doesn't do enough of, and that's like cosmic horror, but as fantasy. And that is the vibe that this gave me. It's sort of right. This is also a Polynesian fantasy, which I've like never read before, but it was a really interesting change of scenery, and I feel like the more I talk, the more I will try to like review this book, and I can't do that right now. So it's basically following a like ex-mercenary, and all he knows is he's kind of been like summoned for like a job, like a contract, by a very wealthy patron. And so he comes to sort of like this far off land basically to see what's up, and it's all about like past trauma and dreams and death and politics and capitalism. It's also entirely self-published. This, I tell you why this reminds me of Morrowind. This started life as an Elder Scrolls mod. It was an Oblivion mod, I think, and then it went on to be a Skyrim mod, and the Enderall Skyrim mod is like one of the biggest, best Skyrim mods. I don't have it on PC, but like I know. So if you have Skyrim on PC and you want to know a little bit about like maybe the kind of world this is like, download the Enderall mod. Because it's literally a book based on a game within a game, but it's got nothing to do with the Elder Scrolls. But that's why it gives me these vibes. That's why it gives me video game vibes. Because it was a mod. This is also a beautiful, stunning hardback copy. Again, it has like, oh, these full cover prints. I love these beautiful, thick, like chunky, square books with like the all over print. I love it. Honestly, if I ever self-publish, this is the kind of finish I would be going for. Just this beautiful, like, thick, chunky hardback. And this copy is, if I can find one, this copy has, the hardback edition has illustrations, but there's like a map, a bestiary. How cute is that? Yeah, when it says bestiary, it's an actual bestiary. This is like, it's 800 and something pages, and I read the paperback edition because I bought that to take on holiday with me, and I read it in like 3 days. Take from that what you will, but I need to reread this with the pictures, I feel like. Next is another Goldsboro special edition, and this is The Gauntlet and the Fist Beneath by Ian Green. Beautiful, like, I quite like these sprayed edges. Hell yes! Look at that! Okay. See, I wish every special edition had some sort of like foil embossed cover thing on it. Okay, so because this was part of like the Goldsboro sci-fi fantasy like book subscription, I'm not aware of what this is because I didn't buy this myself. It just came as part of like the subscription service, so I'm going to have to double check the synopsis. So I think it says this follows a woman called Flora who's like an ex-warrior who previously like defended her people like in sort of bloody battle and bloodshed. There's an event that happens that like shatters her peace. Her daughter's abducted, she's forced to chase across a land of twisted monsters and ancient gods, and she has to take up the role that she swore to put aside and become the weapon the Stormguard trained her to be to save her daughter and her people. I don't know whether it's going to be like Viking-y or whether it's going to be like, oh, I almost match a little bit with this book. So yeah, that's basically all I know about this book. It is interesting, it is like beautiful. I really like this sort of like typeface. I like that the title is just, yes, massive. Yeah, I'm interested to see like what I'll think of this if I eventually get around to reading it. Okay, I promise we're almost at the end. Next I have The Hand of the Sun King by J.T. Greathouse, and this is another one that was on the like sci-fi special edition like subscription box thing. So this of course comes with, again, like beautiful sprayed edges. So just looking at the synopsis, this follows a character called Wen, whose father's roots trace back to the Emperor, but their mother's roots trace back to people that reject the Empire. They have to choose between them, either protecting their family and their people, or finding a better path, a magical path filled with secrets, unbound by Empire or resistance, which could shake the world to its very foundation. And then it mentions a war between the gods themselves. So, This looks like I'm getting like very like Asian inspired fantasy from this. So yeah, I think this is one that I'm definitely interested in reading. The cover is like really pretty. I don't know if you can really quite see, like it's too shiny. Like it is written in first person, which like I'm not always a huge fan of. But oh, it's got really nice sprayed edges. I'm sorry, that's just like a beautiful colour. But like it's quite short, and I'll never like completely put a book off just for being in first person. Like I will still give it a go. So this sounds interesting. Yeah, I think this definitely would be the kind of thing that I would pick up for myself, even if I wasn't sent it again in a subscription box. So again, interesting to see what I would think of this when I eventually get round to it. Another one from Goldsboro. This is Among Thieves by MJ Kuhn, and I have such mixed feelings about this cover. Do I want to go into them now? Is this video long enough already? All I will say is, look, this gives me like Skyrim, Thieves Guild armor, Nightingale armor, big Skyrim vibes. I don't know who decided that this, like, whatever like this is, this like, I don't know, luminous puke yellow green colour. I literally know this is like when you download like free photo editing software and you go through all the frames and it has like the grunge ones, because it makes, oh my god, it makes the spine so ugly. Please, I'm begging you. Like it does have like interesting sprayed edges with these axes on there. Also, one more thing, is this not the font from Six of Crows? This is literally the font from Six of Crows. It is the Six of Crows font. It is the Grisha font. It's literally the exact same typeface. I know because I have this typeface. Oh my god, and I definitely remember this being said to be like for fans of Six of Crows. And I'm like, is like, if you think it's for fans of Six of Crows, is that why you chose the exact same typeface of something that it's similar to? Like, if you're already similar to a big existing IP, don't try and be more like it with the cover, jeez. Oh, yeah, and this, this also says one last impossible job is all that stands between Raya, I can't read, and her freedom, but she can't do it alone. She'll need to team up with the Saints, a crew of uniquely skilled miscreants, smugglers and thieves, to carry off a death-defying heist into the most tightly guarded island in the kingdoms, the Guildmaster's stronghold. Unfortunately, her new allies are nearly as selfish as she is, and they all have plans of their own. Is it just Six of Crows? Is this just Six of Crows? The plot is Six of Crows. I swear, if it's 6 fucking misfits, like, this is the kind of book that from the cover, if it didn't have like this yellow shit on it, I would probably pick up. But like, the plot is Six of Crows. The marketing says for people that like Six of Crows. Why would you then pick the same font as Six of Crows? I feel like this is really towing the line of like what is and isn't kind of appropriate. Like, I feel like it's pushing it. Like if I wrote a book and someone kind of like did the exact same thing and then marketed it by saying, if you liked my book, read this, and then picked the same font, I would be pissed. I would be so bad. They don't really get to choose like how it's marketed and stuff like the font. So somebody somewhere along the lines has said, this is basically Six of Crows, let's just go all out, just make it Six of Crows. I will definitely read this just to see what it's about and pass judgment on it. I'm going to read this specifically for the purpose of passing judgment. So yes, I am really interested to read this. Like, I'm hoping it is like its own thing. Like, band of misfits getting together to pull off a heist is not always, like, Six of Crows was not the first to do it. You know, this only seems kind of sus. But also the main character's name is Rya, which I think is Raya? I feel like women in fantasy get some of the worst goddamn names. I don't like the name, I'm sorry. I'm already passing judgment on it. I'm definitely going to read this book just so that I can see what it's about. Who knows, maybe I'll absolutely love it. Maybe it's better than Six of Crows. You don't know. Okay, I swear we're almost at the end. Okay, next I have Witch Shadow by Susan Dennard. And again, this is a lovely cover. I still don't like when characters have faces on, and there's still something weird about like the photo manipulation that's gone on within this, like half photograph, half digital art. I'm never sure that's a blend I really like. But it is a series that I want to get into. Again, it's another one that BookTube seems quite keen on, so I'd like to give it a go, and I'm just looking at the shiny gold words in the viewfinder now. But yeah, not much to say on it because I don't know the series, but I'm pretty sure book 1 was something to do with there's 2 witches and they're like friends. I'm not sure whether they're like on the run or something, but one of them is a truth witch, which is extremely valuable, she's someone that can use magic to tell when people are telling the truth. That might be her form of magic, something like that. It's basically really valuable if you're like a political person and you want to know whether your enemy is lying. So she would be a really valuable asset, and maybe she doesn't want to be a valuable asset, and I think that's kind of how the first book starts off. But don't quote me on that because I haven't actually read it and I hauled it like 2 years ago, so but yeah, just continuing to grab these because I know that if I read through the series and then got to this book and didn't own it, it wouldn't be in the matching hardback edition, so I have no choice. I must buy it now. Oh my god, last few books. Okay, it's gonna seem like a weird one, but I have Ink Hearts and Ink Death by Cornelia Funke, or Funky, or Funk. I never learned how to pronounce this. It's a German name and I never learned. Yeah, this is book 1 and 3 in the Ink Heart series, and I'm pretty sure I own book 2 because I remember it being massive as a child, but I feel like I own it in a different size to this. Something tells me I own it in like a massive hardback size, but I could be wrong. Yeah, as a kid, Ink Heart was one of my like favourite books, and I would really like to reread it and then read Ink Spell, which I read 90% of, except the middle. I read like the first like 40% of the book and like nothing was happening, or nothing interesting was happening, and so I read like the last chapter, nothing, the second to last chapter, nothing, and then before that, and then I read like backwards through the book and still nothing. That's the only time I've ever done that in my life, and I don't know how child me could do that because I could never do that nowadays. Like, blasphemy. But the only part of the book I didn't read was like this little middle chunk, and I was so mind-numbingly bored by all of it. I was like, how did this become Ink Spell? But I feel like maybe I should just reread it as an adult, because maybe child me just like, I have undiagnosed ADHD, so like maybe that had something to do with it. And yeah, book 3, Ink Death. I didn't own these two in hardcover basically. It's about a girl whose father, when he reads books out loud, the things he reads out loud come to life. I don't remember how far in spoilers come, so I won't really say any more than that, but it's a children's book. I really liked it. I have fond ties and memories to these books that sort of continue today. And yeah, I much prefer these covers. The movie covers are disgusting. Stop making everything like a movie DVD box. Please stop. But yeah, I just wanted to get these, I don't know, for my collection, I guess, because child me liked them and child me would want them, so big me's gotta get them. Can't see them, but they're there. Oh my god, I think this is my last book. Okay, and this is just Floriography by Jessica Rue. Nothing special about it, just a little hardback book about like flowers and shit. I really like just learning about like plants, and this has a lot of it's specifically like Victorian flower language, so I like knowing like the traditional like Victorian meanings behind like certain plants and pairings and bouquets. I just think it's kind of interesting. I don't know, I just find it fascinating, and so I wanted to know more. If there's any sort of like encyclopedia or compendium or like a little gathering of information about plants that's anything to do with like superstition or the paranormal, or like, I don't know, like old like folk tales and beliefs about like plants and nature and things like that, I'm always just kind of a little bit enamored by it, and I always like to read it. And I've never really looked into floriography very much. I've known a little bit here and there, and some plants are kind of obvious because we use like buying lilies for funerals, like and roses for romance, like just things like that. But I wanted to look more in depth with it. Something about plants, I just really like them, guys. I can't really explain it. It's just as simple as that. Look at that, I can just about fit it on. So how was that one, guys? How was that one? This was a big haul. This is, I'm pretty sure this is like every book I have. I'm desperately looking around to check. Yeah, what can I say? I definitely do buy too many books. I feel like this seems like such a big haul because, as I say, I've got books on here from like March, April. I've not been very active on BookTube, so the books have built up. I will try and never let this happen again because this was so many books. And it does not even include my manga, which is also out of control. So I have 3 shelves. I need at least 5. I know, I definitely need to redo them. I mean, they're a state. Anyway, now that it's over, this is my final tally. This is my final number. The big number. I don't know what it is, but I already know it's going to be a big number. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this haul. all over the place though it was, nothing in any particular order. Books surprising me left, right and centre. As I say, there are 3 more books that are on their way to me, or that should have been here by now actually, because I ordered it at like the start of September, that just are not with me. Yes, there definitely are more hauls to come, but this is basically everything that had built up, or I'm pretty sure this is like basically everything that had built up. I hope I've not forgotten anything, because if I have, this won't be the last haul, but hopefully it will be like the last one that is this big and this time consuming, because I've gone through 3 batteries and it's been like a couple of hours. So I've got to go. I have no idea how long this is going to be, but I'm not going to drag it out any longer. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it through this, comment a little like shield or sword emoji or something like fantasy related in the comments below. I doubt anyone got this far, but if you did, put a little sword or a shield there and I'll be like, oh, they know. They made it this far. In which case, from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry that you had to sit through all of these books. But hopefully, maybe it was enjoyable and you saw something that maybe you would like. So again, thank you for watching. That has been it from me. But yeah, hopefully I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!